There is a part of you that never fully grew up. Not because something is wrong with you, but because something happened to you, something that was too big, too confusing, or too painful for a small person to carry, and so you did what children do. You tucked it away. You kept going. You got older, and taller, and capable, and strong. And still, somehow, that little one came with you. She's been inside you this whole time. Waiting. Not to hurt you. Waiting to be found. If you're here, I think part of you already knows this. Maybe you've been feeling it lately, a sadness you can't quite name, a tightness when someone criticizes you, a need for approval that doesn't match the adult you've become. Maybe you overreact and then feel ashamed of yourself. Maybe you shut down when you want to speak up. Maybe you're exhausted from holding everything together and you don't even know whose voice it is that keeps telling you that you have to. Stay with me. Walk through this with me. By the time we reach the end of this together, you are going to feel something shift. Not fixed, I won't promise you fixed. But lighter. Softer. Like something that has been clenched inside you for a very long time finally gets to open its hand. Let's begin. Find a position where your body can truly rest. Sitting, lying down, leaning against something solid, whatever feels like you are allowed to stop performing. Close your eyes if it feels safe. And just for a moment, let the outside world keep doing what it's doing without you. The emails. The responsibilities. The noise. It can all wait a few minutes. You are allowed to be here right now. You are allowed to take up this time and this space for yourself. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Fill yourself up. And let it go through your mouth, long and easy. Do that again. Breathe in and release. One more time. Breathe in and let it fall. Good. You're already doing it. You're already here. I want you to think back. Not to your worst memory, we're not going there violently. I just want you to think of yourself small. Maybe you can see her clearly, the color of her hair, the way she used to hold her favorite thing, the shoes she wore. Maybe you can only feel her, a vague sense of smallness and openness and a world that felt enormous. Either way, she's there. She has always been there. What was she like before the world started teaching her things? Before she learned that love had conditions? Before she learned that showing too much feeling made people uncomfortable? Before she learned to be smaller, quieter, more manageable, less trouble? Who was she before all that? I want you to stay with that question gently. You don't have to answer it out loud. Just feel it. Because somewhere along the way, you learned things that were never true. Maybe you learned that your needs were too much. That you had to earn love. That being emotional made you weak. That the best way to stay safe was to become invisible, or to become perfect, or to become the one who always takes care of everyone else so there's no room left to notice what you need. And those lessons, they didn't come from nowhere. They came from people who were doing their best with their own wounds. Parents who didn't know how to hold you the way you needed to be held. Teachers who were too stretched thin to see you. Friends who were just as scared and confused as you were. You were not failed by monsters. You were failed by humans, and that almost makes it harder, because you can't even let yourself be angry about it the way you might need to be. Take a breath with me. In, slowly. And out, let it go. Here is what I need you to hear. The ways you learned to protect yourself as a child were brilliant. They were. The walls you built, the way you made yourself small, The way you learned to read the room before you ever walked in, that was survival intelligence. That was a child doing the most extraordinary thing, finding a way to keep going. You don't need to be ashamed of any of it. You were doing the only thing you knew how to do. But you are not a child anymore. And the tools that kept you safe then, some of them are the very things that are keeping you from the life you want now. The wall that once protected your heart is now blocking out the love that's trying to reach you. The silence that once kept you out of trouble is now keeping you from being truly known. The perfectionism that once earned you approval is now driving you into the ground. So we're going to do something tender together. We're going to go back and visit her. Not to relive pain. To offer something she didn't get enough of. Breathe in slowly. And as you breathe out, let yourself soften. Just a little. I want you to imagine a place that feels safe and warm. It can be real or imagined: a sunlit room, a garden, a beach where the water is calm, a corner of your childhood home that held some goodness. Place yourself there. Feel the ground or the floor or the grass beneath you. And now imagine that little girl walking toward you. She looks exactly the way you remember. Maybe she's 3, or 7, or 10. She's coming toward you, and she is not afraid of you, because somehow she knows you are safe. She knows you are her. Look at her. Really look at her. Notice what she's carrying. It might be invisible, but you can feel the weight of it. The confusion. The longing. The thing she needed someone to say and nobody did. The moment she decided she wasn't enough. The moment she decided the world wasn't safe. It's all right there in her little body. Now walk toward her. Slowly. And when you reach her, sit down with her. Get on her level. And just let her know that you see her. You don't have to have the perfect words. You just have to be present. That's all she ever needed. Someone to stay. Say to her, in whatever way feels right, I see you. I'm here. What happened to you was not your fault. You were not too much. You were not too little. You were not broken. You were a child in a complicated world, and you did the best you could, and I am so proud of you for surviving. Let that land. Let her hear it. Let yourself hear it. Take a long breath in. And on the exhale, imagine wrapping your arms around her. Feel what it is to hold yourself, the self you were, the self that has been waiting so long for exactly this. You don't have to earn this moment. You don't have to have healed enough to deserve it. You are here. She is here. That is enough. Breathe in and out. Stay here as long as you need. Now, this is the most important part. I want you to make her a promise. Not a perfect promise. Not a promise that you'll never hurt again or never make mistakes. But this one: I will not abandon you anymore. When something hard comes up, I will not push you back down. I will not be ashamed of you. I will listen when you're scared. I will slow down when you're overwhelmed. I will be the grown-up you always needed, and I will let you be part of my life, not locked away, not hidden, but here. With me. Safe. Let her look at you. See what happens in her eyes when she hears that. Something in you knows this is real. Something in you has been waiting to make this promise for a long, long time. Take one more breath together, you and her. In. And out. And now I want to name what we're releasing today. Because this journey isn't just about going back. It's about putting something down. I want you to let go of the belief that your needs made you a burden. That wasn't true then. And it is not true now. You were allowed to need things. Every child is. And the adult you've become, she is allowed to need things too. I want you to let go of the shame around how you've coped. The ways you've tried to fill the gap. The patterns you've repeated. The times you looked for love in places that couldn't hold you. You were not weak. You were hungry for something real. And now you are learning to feed yourself from the inside. I want you to let go of the story that you are too damaged to be whole. That story has never been yours to carry. Wholeness is not the absence of wounds. Wholeness is learning to include all of yourself, the broken places, the tender places, the places that still ache, and saying, all of this is me, and all of me is worthy of love. Let that fall away. You don't need it anymore. It was never true. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are a woman who is doing the courageous, quiet, unglamorous work of healing, and that is one of the most powerful things a human being can do. Begin to bring yourself back, gently. Feel the weight of your body where it rests. Feel the air around you. Take a soft breath in, and as you exhale, let yourself arrive back in this moment, carrying something quieter, something a little more free. You did that. You showed up for yourself today. And she, that little girl, she felt it. She knows you came for her. She's not gone anywhere. She's going to walk forward with you now, not as a wound, but as a companion. As your joy, your creativity, your wonder, your capacity to love freely. She is the best parts of you. And she's been waiting this whole time to come home. Before you go, I want to ask you something, and I really want to know. What did little you need to hear that nobody ever said? It might be one sentence. It might be just a few words. Share it in the comments below. Your answer might be the exact words someone else has been waiting to read their whole life. That's how healing travels, one honest voice at a time. Stay with our community here. You are not alone in this. Every single person in these comments is on some part of this same road, and there is something powerful about knowing that. You belong here. If this journey touched something in you, please share it with someone who might need it. A friend, a sister, a woman you know who is quietly carrying something heavy. You might not know exactly what she needs, but you can send her this, and let her decide. And if you want to go deeper, come visit us at dealerofhappiness.org. There's a free community there, and a free healing journal that was made for exactly this kind of work, gentle, honest, at your own pace. If this is your first time here, I would love for you to subscribe and stay a while. New healing content comes out regularly, and every single video is made with you in mind, the real you, the one who is trying, the one who is tired, the one who is braver than she knows. I'll see you in the next one. Take good care of that little girl. She deserves everything you're becoming.